Hello, Africa. Hello, Africa. Bonjour. Bonjour. Wadogo shikamo, wakubwa hamjambo. Her Excellency, Honorable Lady Justice Njoki Ndung'u, the Judge of the Supreme Court of Kenya, the Chief Guest, Dr. Mazianga Lucy Mazaba, the Regional Director, Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, Dr. Sheikh Mohammed, Director General, National Council for Population Development, Dr. Jean Patrick from the Ministry of Health, Honorable Dr. Christopher Kalila, Member of Parliament from Lukulu East in Zambia and current Chairperson of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Executive Committee, Honorable Mohothu Mahalanye, and I call it well because I come from the western part of Kenya, and a lot of our English is ho, 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 so that was very easy for me. Member of Parliament, Lesotho, and President of the Network of African Parliamentary Committees of Health. The keynote speaker, a very good friend, and worked for a founding organization for RHNK, Miss Latanya Map, Director, External Relationships for Africa Regional Office, International Planned Parenthood Federation, which RHNK is a proud member. Ms. Salima Namsobia, Vice President for Africa, the Center for Reproductive Rights, that has continuously over the years been a co-convener for this conference. Dr. Pilar de la Cote Molina, Deputy President, UNFPA, Kenya Country Office, the Board of Directors, Reproductive Health Network Kenya, Reproductive Health Network Kenya members, civil society leadership, youth leadership, all protocols observed. Good afternoon once again. It is an honor to welcome you to the 8th Pan-African Adolescent and Youth Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights Scientific Conference. You asked for it last year in June, and together with the Ministry of Health Kenya, we granted your wish, and we are really excited to be hosting this conference this year under the leadership of the Ministry of Health and the National Council for Population Development. We also recognize the support we get from International Planned Parenthood Federation, William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, Africa CDC, Center for Reproductive Rights, Danish Family Planning Association, and UNFPA that ensured that we were putting together such a beautiful conference. This annual event unites governments, civil society organizations, academia, and the private sector leaders with a shared commitment to improve and advance access to AY SRHR across Africa. We recognize the issues that the young people face across Africa, and one of the things that we were also asked last year is to make sure that we have adolescents sitting in this room. And today, I am so proud that we have a young person, an adolescent, that is 15 years, sitting right next to the Honorable Justice. And she will be sitting here to talk about the issues adolescents face in Africa. A lot of times when we meet in such meetings, we talk from what we've read. We talk from the programming work that we've done. We do not give the young people an opportunity to talk about their issues. They have called us out, and we have listened. I wish we would bring more Chantel to sit here so that they can tell us their problems, so that when we are sitting down to co-create, to work on programs, then we have young people already well represented. And so it is in this spirit that RHNK, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and other partners, hosts this annual conference that is focused on adolescent and young people, sexual and reproductive health for the last 7 years. This conference has evolved to become an important agenda setting convening where governments, private sector, donor community, and civil society organizations converge to set priorities, agree on collaboration, and listen on young people's perspective as they plan their programs for the coming year. And one notable thing that you will appreciate is how we are doing this differently. We know who holds the power. The work that you do, government holds the power. We might sit here as civil society organizations as funders, but if government is not at the center of it to ensure that they are strengthening systems, they are driving the agenda, then it becomes a repeat agenda. And I'm really excited that this year we have legislatures, people that sit in parliaments and discuss our issues, the adolescent and youth issues. We have one of the longest activists that has been on the forefront to ensure that SRHR is a conversation that is discussed even in the judiciary in this country. And Honorable Justice, we are truly honored to have you here today and be part of this conversation. It shows that we are moving from sitting in boardrooms, we are moving from sitting in high-end hotels and bringing these conversations to places where they are so much needed. And so today we stand at an important moment, a moment when the lives and the futures of adolescents and youths across Africa hang in the balance, and I do not want to repeat what my predecessors have said. We all know what is happening globally. The challenge that brings us together at this conference is urgent, and I want us to underline the word urgent, so that as we sit here and have conversations, as we sit here and think through our programming, think through our funding mechanism, let us continuously remember that the adolescent and youth lives is at stake, and we need to have urgent measures, urgent strategies to address their issues. We are focusing on a problem that affects millions across the African continent. The struggle for adolescent and youth sexual and reproductive health and rights. This is a challenge that disproportionately impacts adolescent, young women, and marginalized communities. And more especially those ones that come from the rural areas, those that come from the peri-urban areas, those that come from humanitarian settings, and those also living with disabilities and those able differently, and those from, gender diverse populations. And so we must therefore ask ourselves the tough question: why does the problem persist? Partly because of the structural failing within our institutions. I remember growing up as a young girl back in Western Kenya. It was a communal responsibility to take care of a young girl. If a neighbor found me on the street, in the village misbehaving, they reprimanded me there and then. What happened to our social and community values that shaped us into the women that we are today? What happened to our Afrocentric ways of addressing issues? Where did we lose it? Why do we continuously have these issues of teen pregnancy, girls dropping out? GBV has almost become a norm. Where did we lose it? Because we know that we even had kangaroos at the community that played a critical role of punishing the perpetrators of GBV. They played a critical role of shaping the young girls, and that kept us in school. So as African leaders, I'm calling on all of us to reflect and ask ourselves, where did we lose it? If the Lucy's and the Honorable Justice were made, why are we not ensuring that our girls are in school? Why are we not ensuring that our girls are able to complete their education? Africa is slowly losing it, and we must reevaluate ourselves. This is why this work matters. by harnessing collective knowledge, forging collaborations, and addressing the urgent threats that undermine adolescent and youth sexual and reproductive health. This conference shines a light on a hopeful path forward, one where every young can make informed choices and realize their right to a safe, healthy, and empowered life. And as the saying goes, nothing for us without us. I am privileged, honored to be the one introducing the young person, the adolescent, 15 years old from a rural school in Western Kenya. And just to mention, we respect that any adolescent below the age of 18 and who is in school has to be accompanied by the leadership of the school. And I want to recognize that we have the County Director of Education from Kakamega County, and we have the head teacher of the school here with us. Thank you so much. Shande.
My name is RHNK Luzenja from Haega DB. I'm in grade 9, a candidate. I'm going to do exam KJCR this year, and this is my story. Last year, 2024, it's when all of our problems started, when my mom was found with H. pylori and ulcers, and she was admitted at Mkumu Hospital, whereby she died in November 2024, leaving me to take up the role of a mother and at the same time the role of a father. So I have been taking care of my 2 younger siblings. I have 2 elder brothers and 1 elder sister, though my elder sister is not responsible, so I have to take care of my 2 younger siblings. And my father lives in Nairobi, but he's not financially stable, so my 2 elder brothers has to take care of us, the 4 of us. I have 1 elder brother, 2 elder brothers. We lived in a rental home. It's really a challenge for me because taking up the role of a mom is not easy while a student. This really affects my performance, and also it can't give me humble time to revise my work or to help my younger siblings. And it also feels bad that I have a father, but he's not supporting us. And in a month, I have a heavy flow. This is hard to get sanitary towels, so we have to take it on credit. And the male shopkeepers take advantage of this because sometimes you can go there and they can say you have sex with them before they give you the sanitary towels. But with the training and the help of my teachers, I can come through it. So this has not been easy for me and my younger siblings because my brothers are not financially stable, and with the help of the teachers, they allow us and my sister to learn even if we don't have that money to pay school fees. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. And Chantel's story is just a story among the very many young adolescents in Africa, and very many that are not able to tell their story. So I'm hoping as we spend the 4 days here, let's think about Chantel and the very many other Chantels across Africa. What kind of decisions, declarations do we want to make here that will make Chantel not to go to the shop and maybe, she has to bargain between having sex with the shopkeeper or getting the sanitary towels. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your stay in Mombasa. Asanteni sana.